In today's video, I'm gonna talk about timing chain replacement along with the timing chain guide, and also if you have any problem with your timing, you can correct it. It's not a big deal. This is the first timing chain replacement in my case. I did not do it before, so if I can do, you guys can easily manage to do it. It took like 3 hours to finish the job, but before that I had 2 or 3 attempts without the proper timing tool, which caused many problems for me, and I managed to get a proper tool and it worked properly. So these are the tools that you need, and just fast forwarding, just remove the air duct before removing this one. I have given the description in between so that you don't get bored and you can use right sockets. Everything has been fast forwarded for your convenience. If you have already worked on 1 series or 3 series, you might be able to do this really easily. Actually, you have to use a Torx, but 14mm socket goes in properly. You don't have to buy a special tool for this. In most of my cases, I have eliminated the use of special tools other than some Torx bits and the timing tool. Timing tool is necessary, otherwise you will have multiple problems. BMWs are really sensitive to timing, and there are a lot of sensors, as you guys know. So I'm just taking the valve cover out. For taking the valve cover out, you need 10mm sockets and 8mm sockets to take the earth connection from the left. Next to this one is next to the DME. Make sure the nut doesn't fall down. And these are the sensors for the VANOS. For removing the plugs, you need the long socket, 14mm. Just remove all 4. Remove the friction wheel, 10mm socket. It's having really less torque, so be careful whenever you put it back. And now we're gonna align it to 90 degrees. Whenever you lock it, make sure you lock it when the first piston comes up and all the pistons are in the same line. I did it in the other way when I did the first attempt, and it really had a tough time. So this is where you need to put the crank lock. It should be completely inserted, not like this. It has to be completely inserted in. And you can see here I have used chopsticks, wooden chopsticks. Don't use wooden chopsticks, it might break from inside. So use a plastic straw or something like that. And you can see here the valve timing. This particular writing has to be upwards, not in this direction. Now the timing is wrong, so whenever you lock it, you have to adjust this one so that it comes up. I was not having any idea about timing, so I had to learn from mistakes. So I'm just taking the support things out so that I have space for removing the sprocket. I have to use F14 bit to remove the sprocket, and I have to hold the back side of the VANOS so that I can remove it. Now in this one, 8 mm to remove the guide, top guide of the chain. Just note down the points so that you don't miss anything. You see it's in high tension. You have to remove the chain tensioner. It's 27 mm socket. Just place clothes so that the excess oil spilling will be there. If you have any concern, you can just message me, and I'll reply you back as soon as possible. You can see here, this is the chain tensioner, how it works. It is just pushing the guide rail, the chain guide rail. In my case, the guide rail was broken. I found out pieces of guide rail, plastic pieces in my oil filter. It's time to take the 18 mm socket to loosen the crank bolt. It's in high torque, so just take it out. It's not that complicated. This is a harmonic balancer. I was not able to remove the bolts from the harmonic balancer, so I'm just taking the whole unit out. If you want, you can just remove the balancer first, then remove the inner part. You don't have to change the oil seal unless there is any oil leak. I did not change mine. You see there, that's the balancer with the inner part. So you can see here, that's our timing chain with the sprocket, and behind that there is oil pump, sprocket and chain. Once we take it, you can see that. This one I removed it later on. Actually, you have to remove it in the beginning, so I have already shown you in which stage you need to remove it, the friction wheel. As you guys know, I'm a beginner, so I have committed a lot of problems in it. I don't want you guys to make the same problems. So there are two bolts, guide rail bolts, that you need to remove from below and one from above right side. These are the two. Those are same, and the top one is different. The electric wrench that I have used is a Chinese one. It's a cheap one, but does the job. I'll make a video on that. So this is the top one. It's different from the other two, other lower two. Once you take it out, just clean all the surfaces, alright? And now I'm just gonna take the bolts completely out from the VANOS sprocket exhaust. This is the exhaust side, and this is the intake VANOS sprocket. You have to order these two bolts. This doesn't come with the kit, the timing chain kit, so you have to order these two separate. You should not reuse it. And main thing, you need one more person to help you, otherwise you'll be in trouble. the guide rails are really brittle, it will break and fall down. You just have to push from the right side and left side a little bit so that it doesn't get locked over there, just like this. It's really easy, not like as you see in the video. It's a simple job. When I saw in many of the videos, I just got a little bit tensed seeing all these, but it's really simple. So I don't see any problem in this one. Only problem is with the guide rail. It's broken, and there are small breaks here and there, and here also it's broken, you can see that. So in my case, I just have to change the guide rail, but I bought the timing chain kit as a whole, so I will change both. I'll show you that my chain has no problem, it's of the same length, so there is no problem with my chains. These are the two sprockets. It's written in and X, intake and exhaust, so you will not get confused. Just to see inside, when we remove it, you see there at the end there is the other chain, which is for the oil pump. See, this is for the oil pump. I did not do that job, hopefully I don't have to. So this is the kit, timing chain kit from Fabi. It's quite cheap, so I recommend to you to buy this one rather than buying one from BMW, because they are charging too much. So this is the chain tensioner, new one, the sprocket down and the bolt for the crank, and this is the rail, top rail. So that's it, and we got the chain in another box. So these all comes with the timing chain kit, so whenever you change it, you'll be changing altogether. Now we'll see the length of the chain. We'll see if there is any elongation for our old chain. I thought that there might be elongation, but as a surprise, there is no change. You can see it's of same length. But anyways, I'm gonna change it, and this is the way you place the guide. That's pretty straightforward. And you just put the new chain inside and pull it out. I don't have a proper garage to put all my stuff and work on. I'm just using my parking lot. So that's for the chain. Now we have to just insert it back, and there is no process in between. You just drop it down and put the guide rail bolts first. So you can see there it has reached the position. Now we just have to put the bolts, and align the sprocket. If you just push the sprocket, it will get into the position and it will stay there unless you make any external force to fall it down. And these are the new bolts. You must replace the bolts because the torque value is too high. If you reuse it, it might break. I'm just using my fingers to tighten it, not a complete tightening process, just to hold it in place. The sprocket should be able to move forward and backward so that we can adjust the chain. So you can see two are same, the third is different. So the different one on top, right, with the torque bit T45. Whenever you use the torque bit, make sure it is completely inserted inside and the torque value should not exceed. It might break. Not it might break, it will break if you exceed the torque value. If you have any questions, you can just post a comment and I will get back to you. Torque wrench is a must tool that you need, and we're gonna install the harmonic balancer along with the crank bolts. So just put it in position and insert the crank bolt. Use the proper torque value plus 180 degree. You can mark on the in the socket so that you don't have to buy special tool for that. This one I'm just tightening and rotating it by 90 degrees so that it can move freely the sprockets. Now we got to align the VANOS. See, the wrench has to go there. You can see I have pointed it out and the timing tool in that place. So as I have told you, the writing is there where it is marked exhaust in the middle of here. So it has to come vertically up, then only the timing tool will be able to lock properly. The timing tool locking part, only 3 sides are flat. Here you can see the writing. In camera it's not clear, but you can note it out. It's written exhaust over there, and intake is also written on it. So once those are facing upwards, that's a correct position for the VANOS. So you will not have any confusion, and the timing tool will only align properly whenever it is in this position. Otherwise timing tool will not lock. It's faded out, that's the reason you are not able to see, but you will be able to see in yours. So adjust your open wrench so that the timing tool goes in properly and it gets completely seated on the body. You can see it has to be completely seated on the body. There should not be any gap. And use the 10mm bolt to tighten it so that it stays there. And the other side also. I recommend you to have 27mm open wrench, which is thin. So this is the way the timing tool has to be in position. there should not be any gap. You can see at one the intake is a little bit aligned right, and the exhaust to the right and intake to the left, the inclination angle. It will be only in this position. We don't have to do anything. Just make sure your timing tool is in position and exhaust and intake is written on it on top side. So yeah, you can see here it's written. Some writings are there, only these writings are in this particular position only. Now it's time to insert the chain tensioner. You just place it so that it stays, it just touches the guide rail, and it should be very less finger tight, not you should not apply your full force on your fingers, only a little bit so that it touches. I'm trying to show you where it touches the guide rail, but so and you have to put the other guide rail on top. Now that you see, some people has mentioned about these 2 points as to align, but I did not get any point regarding that. Now if you touch here, the chain should be a little bit loose. That is the position where we tighten. First we will tighten the exhaust, after that only we will tighten the intake. So it will be 20 Newton meter and 180 degree. And the chain tensioner, after that you will tighten it to 80. Now the installation is over. You have to rotate it at least 2 times as per the technical document to make sure everything is in position, and whenever it comes back to the equilibrium position you have to make sure it aligns properly. So that's it, and you're done with it. Alrighty then, if you have any questions, just give me a comment. Hope this helps and stay tuned. That's it.